It's Madden NFL 23. And coming up, it's the Commanders' reigning league MVP. He was unstoppable a week ago. A mountain of yards and a pair of touchdowns. It's the Commanders and the Cowboys. Next on Madden Football.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight. Meanwhile, for visiting Washington, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Taken from about the 12. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific result.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got him. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Well, they obviously read man coverage there, partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
think. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
A first down throw for Prescott. This is Hamilton. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 41 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Prescott looks to throw on first. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Chase Young in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago. And another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. And the pressure gets to him again.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. Now make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Prescott. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
Butker's kick here is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead.
I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to, when you want to on offense. And in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on. But this opening drive, while stalled out, it still gave them 3 points.
Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game.
And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm time when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
The numbers in last week's bowl game for Robinson, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total is scary.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
To throw on 3rd down, Bush. And this one is incomplete.
Here's Tommy Townsend on the punt.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Prescott.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Bush. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Bush. That's complete to Robinson. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the land to gain. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
Now that one came close to hitting the big scoreboard up there as the fair catch is made inside the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
They'll go again with Gibson.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Prescott.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 3rd down. Now Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And down by a field goal, they'll take over with excellent field position following the interception.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Bush. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete.
On the counter, this is Robinson.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. To throw on 2nd down. Bush. And his throw here's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. Bush.
Left side to Lamb.
And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down.
We hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And that will tie us at 3-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Rolling to his right. Airing it out for Hamilton.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have it here just past the 25.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Those shoulders went from parallel to square, and then he brought force with him to finish that run. Oh, that's impressive.
And we saw a lot of that a week ago when he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award. Again, it's Robinson.
Taken down at the 42.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Here's Tommy Townsend now.
They'll boot it away from about his 35. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. These two teams all tied after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Play fake. Here's Prescott. His throw incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're the guy. Okay, we're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Back to throw. Bush. And this one's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And this one is right down Broadway. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3.
Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. 3rd and long for Prescott. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Bush. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
Holding offense.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Looking to throw. Bush. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. To throw again on second down. Prescott.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Third and short yardage, Prescott.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Robinson up the middle.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run again here with Robinson.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 46 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Handoff now to Robinson to the 27-yard line. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Oh, the give. Here's Robinson.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Back to throw. Bush. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Defense.
Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
Washington on 3rd down.
It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Bush. And probably the wise decision there. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott, that's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
He's going to find Gallup here complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. On second down, a run with Gibson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
To throw is Prescott. Steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's Hamilton.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. He finds his man, complete. That's Craig. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 2-score lead, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And they start in the best of all positions, 1st and goal. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And it's caught. Touchdown! Michael Gallup, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Cowboys get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that trims the lead down to 9. And they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And that is caught on the right side.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that challenge, a successful one.
Looking to throw on second down. Bush.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll look to throw again. Looking deep for Hilton.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We get started up in the Meadowlands. Arizona making the trip east to take on the New York Giants. And it's the Cardinals who have the lead as they play the second quarter. Curtis Samuel, a touchdown reception. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. The Titans seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Justin Herbert has thrown a touchdown pass. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. So here is Washington now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Second half begins with a run by Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
To throw on second down, Bush. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. Now third down is looming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Operating from the gun, Bush. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches, fourth down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st down, it's Lamb, and he is going to lose yardage here. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And some room to roam now. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
And now they are in prime position, 1st and goal after the interception and return. They'll look to make it pay off for 6 points. They'll run with Robinson.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Again, it'll be Robinson.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Robinson will take this one in. Touchdown, Washington.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
An extra point forthcoming. And that one makes this a 19-point game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run from Brian Robinson. Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
And now here come the Cowboys.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2nd down and 3.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Rolling to his left.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, Defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Pulled in at the 24. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Bush. This is caught by Hilton. Oh, good move.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Bush. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
74 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Robinson.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Brian Robinson Jr., his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year,
as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
And out now come the Cowboys.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there, still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And some room to maneuver.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now
Again, it's Robinson. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down. Bush.
Open man, Lamb. It's complete. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Looking to throw. Bush to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Back to the ground with Robinson. And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr.
with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Commanders get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped at his tracks at about the 3. On 3rd down, Lamb. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
When we got off the field on 3rd down, an excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Robinson will try to pick it up. Now they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And this one is right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They'll go again with Gibson. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. That's caught again by Schultz. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. That one into the hands of Hamilton. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 23. To the air again, Prescott. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Chase Young. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need.
And he's going to go down again. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this. And an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
desperation time. Prescott on fourth. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Cowboys here unable to convert on fourth down.
And the Commanders come through with a fourth down stand.
Though certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on fourth.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
They start on the ground with Robinson here.
And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
122 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd down.
Robinson up the middle.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Robinson on a give right side.
And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 35.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
On 3rd down, Robinson.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Robinson gets the toss on the right side.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Robinson with another carry.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And the catch made by Hilton. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
They only needed that 1 yard going for it on fourth. I got to be honest. I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down, but they decided to keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
Yeah, that decision paid off indeed. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Cowboys have recovered. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Back to throw again. And this one quickly to Lamb. Touchdown, Washington. CeeDee Lamb. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth-quarter advantage. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. First down, Prescott. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Looking to throw on second down. Bush. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And my goodness, another interception. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. 2nd and goal from the 1.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd and goal.
Robinson again. But he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Robinson. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. So we've seen this before. He's made 6 already, and now he'll try to become just one of a handful of men to make 7 in a game. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. A 1st down throw for Prescott. Got his man there complete to Gallup. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
This is Hamilton. He's got it. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They'll throw again. Prescott. The quick slant caught. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Prescott. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point by Butker is on target as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Washington offense set to take over. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Commanders,
that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Dallas, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop